It's another edition of the In the Money podcast for KeenelandSelect.com. I'm Tom Leach, along with Keeneland's Director of Simulcasting, Jim Goodman. And we're going to take a look at the feature race, the allowance feature on the Thursday card, which is race 8 and Elite Pick 4. That 8th race is a race that I kind of narrowed down to a couple. I ended up going Quiet Ruler on the fact that this horse had 2 strong runs off a layoff, and then Rosario is keeping the mount, which I like that. He's riding well, won the late double on Wednesday. Radiant or Rocket Time was the other one I liked. So the 8 and the 5, I like both of those. But I'll key with the 8, use the 5, the 3 Bourbon Sense, and the 6 Demander. What about you?
I went with Rosario as well. Rosario rode awfully well. They had 2 turf winners on Wednesday that came from dead last and got up at the wire. I think the 8 drawing on the outside here, Quiet Ruler for Zito, I think that's a perfect post for him. He's got experience at 7 furlongs. He ran well at Belmont, only got beat by a length of 3/4. It's kind of a tricky distance. So I'm going to take the 8 on top. Rocket Time is my second choice for Burrell and Alistal. Third choice would probably be maybe a long shot in here, maybe Vigorous for Dwayne Lucas to kind of clunk up for third, coming off a couple of turf efforts, but he has some 7 furlong experience in the back races, so I'm going to take Vigorous as a long shot, but I think it's a fairly formful race with Quiet Ruler on top.
I like, as far as the late pick 4, I'm going to single the 7 Coalport in the 7th race. I like that one a lot. 98 buyer in the last race, and he's run well on the Keeneland turf before. And I'm going to use the 4 horses I mentioned in the 8th. I like Esken for Money and Zip Runner pretty equally in the last race, so I'll use both of those. So I'm just going to take all in the first leg and hope to catch a price. So all by 7, or all by 1 with the 7 horse, and then with 3, 5, 6, 8, and with 2, 3. How about your pick 4?
I'm not going to go quite that deep. In the first race, I'm going to take the 1, 2, 4, 7, Judy for McPeak, Mrs. Asher for Eric Reed and Julian Leperoux, the 4 horse Forever Since, Remington Shipper. You don't see many Remington Shippers come to Keeneland, but those horses will jump up and fool you every once in a while. And then the 7 horse is my 4th choice there, Run Hide My Girl for Joe Rocco. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 4, 7 in the first leg. I like your 7 horse in the second leg, Coalport. It looks like a single there, but I'm going to try. I'm going to leave him in there, but I'm going to use a couple other horses that I think have a legitimate shot. Set the sail for Charlie Lopresti, 2 for 3 in the money at Keeneland on the turf course, and had a nice race at Saratoga to set him up for this. I think that he moves forward off that mile race at Saratoga, and a mile and 8 ought to suit him well. So I'm going to set the sail to 1, General Logan the 4 for Grand Motion at 10-1 morning line, and the 7 Coalport. So that's 1, 2, 4, 7 with 1, 4, 7. Then I'm going to single the 8 Quiet Ruler in the feature race for Nick Zito, and then I'm going to go 2, 3, 9, 10 in the last race, which was your horses Eskin for Money, Zip Runner, Kitten's Journey for Ken and Sarah Ramsey, and Rusty Arnold with a horse called Sweet Savoir Faire. Rusty Arnold still on the schneid here, but he always wins one at Keeneland. This horse moved up at Kentucky Downs last time out, so I think he's got a shot here. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 4, 7 with 1, 4, 7 with 8 with 2, 3, 9, 10.
We'll have stakes races to talk about on the Friday and Saturday editions of this In the Money podcast. And if you're going to the ballgame on Saturday, make sure you keep that Keeneland Select account funded in case you want to make a play before you can get back to the track. And the shuttle, of course, runs between Keeneland and the racetrack on Saturday. So you can take in both with the football game first this time. For Jim Goodman, I'm Tom Leach, and that's the In the Money podcast.